Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. The quarterback situation has been a roller coaster, and honestly, it's been a little chaotic. But right now, things are reaching a new level of unpredictability that has fans both anxious and hopeful. The Browns, a team with such a rich history and passionate fan base, have been trying to find that stable, franchise quarterback for what feels like forever. And if you look at the roster and the recent transactions, it's clear they're still searching for that guy to lead them into serious playoff contention and ultimately a Super Bowl victory. The current state of their QB room is a whirlwind, with 8 different quarterbacks having some sort of impact on the 2025 salary cap alone. That's right, 8 quarterbacks, folks, which speaks volumes about how much the Browns have been trying to figure out their identity at that position. From Kenny Pickett to Joe Flacco, along with rookies Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, the Browns' front office, led by GM Andrew Berry, has been playing musical chairs at the most critical spot in football. The constant shuffle has left fans scratching their heads, desperately hoping for some stability. But honestly, the toothpaste is already out of the tube for 2025. It's a mess of their own making, and that's why Browns fans have been on edge. It's a situation that screams a lack of planning, a franchise trying to piece things together on the fly, which is never a great look when you're trying to build a winning culture. Most of us remember how it all started. Rumors swirled that Kenny Pickett was being groomed to be the franchise guy, but in August, Cleveland traded him to the Raiders. That move was supposed to clear the way for Flacco, who stepped in as the Week 1 starter. Flacco, with his veteran presence, was expected to steady the ship, but let's be honest, the offense was sluggish from the get-go. Through the first month, the Browns' attack looked stuck in neutral, and fans' frustrations grew by the week. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, who's known for his offensive ingenuity, didn't seem to have the answer, and it was clear that patience was running thin. Then in Week 5, things got even more unpredictable. The Browns, in a surprising move, inserted Dillon Gabriel into the starting role. Gabriel, a young quarterback with a lot of potential, was thrown into the fire a little sooner than expected, but it was clear that the team was desperate for a spark. Meanwhile, Flacco was traded away to the Bengals, a division rival, which only added fuel to the fire. That left Shedeur Sanders, the highly touted rookie and Heisman Trophy candidate, to get his shot. And now, here we are in Week 14, with Sanders poised to make his 3rd consecutive start against the Titans. The carousel approach at quarterback leaves fans feeling like the franchise has no real plan in place. But it's not just about the moves, it's about what those moves say about the organization's confidence and vision. And if you listen to Sanders, you get a sense that even he's feeling the frustration. Since taking over as the Browns' QB1 in Week 12, he's been dropping some pretty telling breadcrumbs about how he felt being so far down the depth chart before getting his shot. He's a 5th-round pick, so naturally he doesn't have the same authority as a veteran, but Sanders has brought energy and life into a team that's been spiraling. In his recent comments, Sanders talked about trust, how it's the hardest thing to build in this game right now. He said, "Having trust with everybody, you know. Certain movements, certain ways we make eye contact, it's so detailed, and that's how I play very comfortably. So that's how I get in my comfort zone. That's how I get in my bag. That's how I'm able to do that." Those words speak volumes. You can tell that Sanders is not just playing for himself, but also trying to rebuild some confidence and chemistry with his teammates. But it also exposes the bigger issue. There's a lack of trust across the offense, and that's something that takes time to develop, especially when you're thrown into the fire without the veteran mentorship or consistent reps. Now here's where things get really interesting. Sanders also said, "Go out there and take risks. It is what it is." Those words, plain and simple, are more of a truth bomb than a coaching mantra. They reveal a team that's trying to adapt on the fly, that's not necessarily operating within a clear, cohesive offensive identity. It's almost as if the Browns are winging it, and that's not great news when you're trying to build a competitive squad. Browns fans have been waiting for a quarterback they can rely on, a guy who can lead them deep into the playoffs and ultimately help bring that elusive Super Bowl to Cleveland. But right now, It feels like they're just trying to hold things together with duct tape and hope. This situation is compounded by the fact that the Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks outside of the top 90 picks this past April. That's a clear sign that they're betting on unproven talent to develop into their future franchise leader. Sanders, despite his rawness, has shown flashes of brilliance, but it's evident he needs time, proper development, and a stable environment to thrive. Instead, the Browns are rushing him into action, and that's risky. It's a classic case of trying to win now, but not having a clear long-term vision at the quarterback position. Looking at the bigger picture, the Browns are entering a critical offseason in 2026. The decisions they make now, the way they handle their quarterback situation, and how they develop their young talent will determine their trajectory for years to come. Fans want stability, they want consistency, and most of all, they want a quarterback they can rally behind, someone who can elevate the entire team and lead Cleveland to those promised land moments. But the current approach, with so much turnover and uncertainty, makes it hard to feel confident in any long-term plans. The season itself has been a mixed bag. Cleveland's defense has been solid, especially with guys like Myles Garrett leading the charge, but the offense has struggled to find its rhythm. The offensive line has had its moments, but inconsistency at quarterback has hampered the entire attack. The Browns sit in a tough division. The AFC North is as fierce as ever, with teams like the Ravens and Bengals always ready to pounce. So, Cleveland's offensive struggles, combined with the instability at quarterback, put them on shaky ground heading into the final stretch of the season. But there's a silver lining. Shedeur Sanders, despite the rough start, has shown that he's got that spark, that energy that fans crave. When he's on the field, there's a sense that something could happen at any moment. He's not just a rookie, he's a symbol of hope that maybe, just maybe, the Browns can find their long-term answer under center. But that hope comes with a lot of questions. Can Sanders grow quickly enough? Will the coaching staff be able to develop him properly? And most importantly, can the Browns build a culture of trust and stability that will allow this young quarterback to flourish? The Browns, front office and coaching staff are under pressure. They need to get this right, not just for this season, but for the franchise's future. The NFL is a league of proven winners and well-established systems, and Cleveland desperately needs to establish its own. That means making smart decisions in the offseason, whether it's developing Sanders, bringing in a veteran, or both, and ensuring they don't repeat the same cycle of instability year after year. For Browns fans, this entire saga is a roller coaster. You love your team, you root for the guys in those orange helmets, and you dream of a Super Bowl parade down Euclid Avenue. But right now, it's hard not to feel a bit frustrated with the lack of clarity at the quarterback position. Still, you have to remember that football is a game of patience, resilience, and belief. The young guys like Sanders are giving us hope that better days are ahead. It's about trusting the process, even when it's messy, and knowing that Cleveland's time to shine is just around the corner. As we look ahead, the focus will be on how the Browns finish the season, how Sanders handles the pressure, and what moves they make in the offseason. Can they finally establish a solid foundation at quarterback? Will they trust the young talent they have and give it the time it needs? These are the questions Browns fans are asking, and the answers will shape the team's future for years to come. But one thing is for sure, the passion in Cleveland is alive, and no matter how tough things get, the fans' love for their team never wavers. That's what makes this franchise special, a community that stands strong through thick and thin, always believing that a Super Bowl is within reach. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.